you buy boots as a first item, or is it good to buy a boot first item? In my opinion, I tried both. I tried buying boots, I tried the other item as well, like some other items. For example, if you look at Dota buff, Dota, not Dota buff, let's go this one, Dota 2 Pro Tracker. For example, if I pick a certain hero, there's always a suggestion. I don't know why the page is not appearing anymore. Okay, maybe I had to go to a different browser. Okay. Okay, here we go. Let's select some random hero. Okay, something. Oh, okay, they're changing something. So these are, if you see some starting item they're suggesting, and it has a reason. And if you look at support, for example, if I pick Grimstock is played most as a support, it will be having a starting item. You will see a tango, and you will see this. This is a blood grenade and a mana thing, and also a stick. And this one is much better than the boots. It's because if you buy boots, you have some extra movement speed. But the thing is, if you have a region, if you have mana, and the enemy team is gonna harass you, like let's say if you have wards also, the first thing is you can block a camp, and then you can use one for the vision, so that will help you from not dying. Like if somebody is trying to gang you, you can see that on the map, so you have to have a ward. And if you have wand, you can have health and mana. And for example, if a CM has a spell, if he sees you constantly using it and she has a regen and mana, she's gonna harass you out of the lane and you're gonna TP back to base. So buying boot actually slows you down getting the mana boots then, having all these. And also, you may sometime end up dying because you just have the boots, and you don't have a lot of regen. Like even if you have regen like 3 tango and the boot, you will end up using 3 tango so fast and you don't have nothing much left. Okay, that's why this one is much stronger. You can stay like 10 minutes in the game, then eventually you can get the items you want. That's why starting item is very crucial factor. Now let's see what people are saying about this. So here I see some Reddit comment. Let's look at the first let's look at first 3 posts and top comments only. So here this guy is asking, when do you buy boots as a starting item as a hard support? Rarely. It's more of a POS for thing. Boots first is strong against lane that are all or nothing in terms of damage, where they don't really harass that much. Then you don't die 100 to 0 by getting run down. This is a much bigger concern for foes because they are so far from their own tower at the start of the lane, while a POS5 can avoid getting run down just by good positioning and lane control. The much more common scenario for POS5s is that you are playing a war of attrition, trading HP and mana constantly, which Boots doesn't really help with. While Rubik, for laning with the center, wants to dance around, harassing and let center take all the hits. Often, it's the POS5's job to take hits for their weak carry. Another thing boots are good for is walking around the map, and again, POS5s are less likely to leave the lane early as a 5. By the time you want to leave lane, you probably have boots anyway. So that makes sense. And this is one of the top comments. So I will go to the next post. And this one. Why don't everyone buy boots as a first item? I started Dota a few weeks back, and I still go from figuring out some things like why is nobody except me buy boots at the start of the game, is 500 gold, which is long to farm just with laning. Help you escape hang conform and all the stuff. And it's the cheapest item everyone keep until really late game. You always gonna buy boots in the end. You can even get tango what mana potion on the side, so it's not like your laning capabilities are doomed. Everyone I don't pick boot, almost always end up regretting it. It's so damn or unuseful and make it you much more threat. But nobody, I mean literally nobody buys boots first. Why is that? Am I doing something wrong? In the laning phase, most players generally want to hold contest a specified area for 10 minutes or so. To this, you need region. To do this, you need region. If you start with boots, you have no region, no items that make you stronger. You can only move faster. Say you want to contest the enemy hard camp pull, and while doing, you take frost blast and several auto attacks from lich. By doing this, you have likely lost half of your health. Normally this would be a problem, but you bought boots and three tangos and nothing else. Meanwhile, the lich has three mangoes and a slave at the ready. He's going to fuck you and your spouse, and there's nothing you can do about it but run away because you only bought boots. That makes a huge sense. Let's see other top comments. Let's look at this 5-5. Having some region stats is always more important than extra movement speed. At start, boots are first okay, but on support shaker and tiny, but that's because positioning is really important on these heroes, and they can trade hits well in first place. I often get boots when playing PS4, which wants to rotate around the map like Mirana, but especially for cores, I would go for stats first to enable solid training phase. Okay, now let's look at one more post. Why are boots important? I'm wondering why are boots so important? This is not something related to boots for stun support. I've been experimenting with boots, tangos, first on some positions for heroes depending on the lane matchup hero selection. Yes, my reasonable as why boots pretty good in some cases too. Okay, let's see. I want to see the top comment. Let's look at this. There are few where you should buy boot first as fire. Like if you play with skill lane like Tusk Vino, then you must be better of just buying sentry to block camp to avoid dealing with them in a vulnerable position. If you play something like Salmon, you can instead of stay in the lane and focus on denies. Not even brown boots will save you against a heavy kill combo when you try to contest card camp. As for you can buy it if you plan to roam, if you play a losing lane, and you need to track. So brown boots has its place among. Yes, for boots, boots first are more viable now since everyone has their own career now, and you can very consumable. But there are other better level one items like slave ring of protection. It's not very cost efficient to buy brown boots since you don't really need that much movement speed early on. A casual windlass is more than enough in most cases and should free up 250 which can be spent on better things. For the affirmance matchups you are wrong. If you are range support then it's your position 3 who's taking the hit. So you don't itemize for your own survival but your offlane instead. The PO3 can buy casual lace and try to pull aggro MK USA while your job is to keep the enemy support away so they don't throw a slow. This job requires trading items like armor, regen, consumable, not movement speed. Although heroes like are generally slow that get lace, not the one are already fast as so Jagro CM, Salmon A. Some heroes don't really belong in the offlane because of how slow they are. Since if they have to run back in their tower to die, they die. For example, going Ogre 4 into a slack lane is pretty atrocious since the moment they gain an upper hand, Ogre will die. See, so according to compare all these things, I would say boot getting the boot item is very bad because the in the lane trading health with mana and all the stuff, you're gonna lose and run back to base. That's gonna eventually turn the game around. Like I had a game, I tried this one. Like I think I picked one of the hero. Let me see which hero I went to. Um, I can look at the game. I don't even remember the game. Like let me see. I'm checking it. Yeah, I think wish doctor or something. I buy the boots first and the three tangos. What happened was the enemy team was harassing me. I had to eat up. I lost the mana, so I don't have nothing to consume for mana. I eat up the tangos. So when I'm low health, I had to TP to the base. When I come in the meantime, they kill my carry Spectre. That literally brought both of them down, and the game was hard from that. But actually, I end up winning the game. But the beginning was really bad because I bought the boot first. If I had other item, I would have harassed them and stayed in the lane. My carry would farm better and stuff like that. So things like that really changes the game. So be careful with what you are buying first. And what do you guys think about this? Put it in the comment section. Thank you.